So today we will start with the new point, that is nothing but fin effectiveness and fin efficiency. So this are nothing but the fin performance parameters. So we will see one by one. First we will see the effectiveness and later on we will see the efficiency part. So all of you are aware that fins are used for what? They are used to enhance the heat transfer. So this point is totally related with the fin performance, right? We are supposed to use this two things, that is the effectiveness and the efficiency, to check the performance of the fins. So all of you are aware that fins are used for what? To enhance the heat transfer. But there is no assurance that if we extend the surface, will the heat transfer increase or not? So there is no assurance that adding the fin on the surface will enhance the heat transfer, right? So this thing is very much clear by the term effectiveness and the efficiency. So the answer we will get by the term effectiveness and the efficiency. So let's see first of all effectiveness. So what is effectiveness? Effectiveness, it is defined as what? Rate of heat flow from the fin surface to rate of heat flow from the covered part of the base surface. So I will just repeat it. It can be written in short as effectiveness is equal to Q fin divided by Q no fin, right? So let's focus on the diagram over here. Q fin, so this is a base plate, right? This is a base plate, and to this base plate we have attached the fin. Now we are supposed to check the performance of the fin. Why we should check the performance of the fin? Because the use of fin cannot be recommended unless the enhancement is there in the heat transfer. So this point is very important. Why we are studying the effectiveness? Because it should be very much clear to us that the heat is being enhanced. Okay, so effectiveness is Q fin divided by Q no fin. So you can see the second diagram here. The base plate is there. To the base plate we have attached a fin, right? So this is a circular fin. The base is at a temperature of T0 and the surrounding is at a temperature of T infinity. So all of you are aware of this case. We have seen this case, how the heat transfers from the fin. This all of you know, right? We have seen in the introductory part, also we have seen in the derivation. So heat transfer from the fin, I think everybody is very much aware now. So numerator part is very much clear now, right? Now we will focus on the denominator part. So this is a new thing to you. Okay, this also you know, but understanding is important. Rate of heat flow from the covered part of the base surface. So this is very much important, covered part. Okay, so if I remove this fin, okay, if I remove this fin, this is the covered part I get. Here I will show this with a hatching line. So this is the covered part, okay, which is being covered by the fin. So what is the heat that is being transferred from the covered part? That is nothing but Q no fin. So the definition part, I hope it is clear. We are testing the heat transfer with fin to the heat transfer without fin. It is called as fin effectiveness. Okay, so the heat transfer from this covered part, okay, this is the covered part. So the area is AC, right? The cross sectional area. So let's see now let's see now how we get the formula for effectiveness. So all of you are aware that heat flow from the covered part of the base surface when exposed to the surrounding fluid. So now this part, this circular part, okay, it is exposed to the surrounding, that is T infinity. So Q no fin, that is nothing but same. What is Newton's law of cooling? HA delta T, that is HA is nothing but the cross sectional area and T0 minus T infinity, right? So this is the heat transfer from the part which is covered by the fin surface. So this is Q no fin. We are talking about this part only. So the area is AC. So HAC T0 minus T infinity, right? Now the next part is, so this numerator part we have seen now. Now the denominator we have seen. Let's focus on the numerator now. So now if I attach the fin, okay, if I attach a fin of this area AC, so what will be the heat transfer? So if the fin is of infinitely long, we have seen the derivation for the infinitely long fin. So the formula for heat transfer from an infinitely long fin is what? Under root HP KAC T0 minus T infinity. Right? So if I substitute the value in the below equation, okay, what I get? Q fin, that is under root HP KAC in bracket T0 minus T infinity divided by Q no fin. The no fin formula is this. Okay, here HAC T0 minus T infinity. So automatically this and this gets cancelled. This H and this under root H, it gets cancelled. This AC and this AC and it get cancelled. So what you are left with? If effectiveness is equal to PK divided by under root HAC. If you do the arrangement, you will get this formula. Now what you understand from this formula is very much important. So what is the conclusions that we can draw? So if the effectiveness is greater than 1, now we will see from this formula what is the performance of the fin. So if the effectiveness is greater than 1, addition of fin to the surface does not affect the heat transfer. Right? This is very much important. If effectiveness is equal to 1, then if we add the fin, the heat is not the heat transfer is also not increasing, it is also not decreasing. So it is neither enhancing nor decreasing. Right? So this is one first case when effectiveness is equal to 1. But when effectiveness is less than 1, what is happening? The fin reduces the rate of heat flow from the system. When the value of effectiveness it is less than 1, the fin is reducing the rate of heat flow from the system. Hence, fins should not be provided. So when your effectiveness value it is less than 1, what the fin it is doing? It is reducing the heat transfer. That's why in such case, fins should not be used. When this happens only when you are utilizing the material of a low K value, low thermal conductivity material if you are utilizing. So I hope the first conclusion and the second conclusion is very much clear. When effectiveness is equal to 1, it is neither enhancing nor decreasing the heat transfer. But when effectiveness it is less than 1, the fin is reducing the heat flow from the system. So in such case, fin should not be applied. Right? Now let's see the third case. When effectiveness is greater than 1, so what will happen? So when effectiveness is greater than 1, fins are enhancing the heat transfer from the surface. Hence, fins should be provided. So the use of fins is only justified when your effectiveness value it is greater than 1. This is the point that you should keep into mind. Okay, when effectiveness is greater than 1, then the fin is enhancing the heat transfer from the surface. Okay, so the fins should be provided over there. Hence it is written as, hence fins are provided only when the effectiveness is greater than 1. So your effectiveness should be greater than 1. So usually when effectiveness is greater than 2, the fins are utilized. So these are the important points that we have seen from this formula. So effectiveness is equal to under root PK divided by HA. So what are the important results that we can see from this expression? That also we can see. So from here you can see that effectiveness increases with increase in thermal conductivity, because effectiveness it is directly proportional to K. So as your K value increases, automatically your effectiveness increases. Okay, so this one important results that we have seen from the equation. Hence fins are made up of material which are having high thermal conductivity. So this point is, I think, is very much clear. Why we are utilizing the material with high thermal conductivity? Because the effectiveness increases. So that's why the fins are made up of aluminum. Okay, why? Because the thermal conductivity of aluminum is what? 225, and that of the copper it is 385. Usually aluminum is preferred. Why? Because first of all, aluminum is little bit cheaper as compared to copper, and second thing is nothing but it is lighter as compared to copper. So all these things are supposed to be taken into consideration while installing the fin. Why? Because adding a fin is nothing but there you will encounter some cost. You will have to pay something. You will have to pay for the material cost. That's why usually aluminum is preferred, because it is having low cost and the weight is also low. Second observation, that effectiveness increases with increase in P by AC. Okay, so for this reason thin fins are preferred. So the ratio of perimeter by area, if it increases, then effectiveness increases. That's why we prefer thin fins. So this is the second result. And the third result, this we have seen before also, effectiveness increases with decrease in H. Okay, this is again the very important conclusions that we can draw it. We have seen that fins are usually applied on the gas side. Why fins are applied on the gas side? Because the H value, it is very low as compared to the liquid side. So that's why fins are applied on the gas side. So if the H value is less, automatically your effectiveness will increase. So here we can conclude that the fins are provided on the gas side rather than on the liquid side. So if we provide the fins on the liquid side, what will happen? The H value will be higher. So automatically your effectiveness will be on the lower side. So I hope the effectiveness part is very much clear. What is effectiveness? Simple, you can remember it. This basic formula, you don't need to remember this whole formula. Basically effectiveness is Q fin divided by Q no fin. Just remember this formula, that's it. Q fin means nothing but heat transfer from the fin surface when a fin is attached, and Q no fin means heat transfer when there is no fin attached to the surface. That's it. So Q fin divided by Q no fin. The comparison is nothing but the effectiveness. So now let's move forward to the another important term, that is nothing but the efficiency part of the fin. So before going to the efficiency part, one should be very much clear with the ideal case and the actual case. So all of you are very much aware now with the actual case. Actual case is nothing but, what is the actual case? So this is a surface. You can say for example, the surface is at a temperature, the base is at a temperature of 100 degree, and to this base we have attached a fin. Okay, so what will happen? So at the base the temperature will be, for example, just near the base the temperature will be 90, 80, 70, 60, like this and so on. So as we move away from the base, what is happening? Here you can see that the temperature, it is decreasing. This is the actual case, which all of you are very much aware. Now there is a second case that is called as an ideal case. Now what is this ideal case? Ideal case is nothing but the same. The base is maintained at a temperature of 100 degrees and the fin is having the entire fin surface will have a temperature, say 90 degree. Here also the temperature will be 90 degree. Here also the temperature will be 90. Here also the temperature will be 90. So this is an ideal case. So we know this is not possible. Okay. So fin efficiency, it is nothing but the comparison between the actual case and the ideal case. So let's see what is the definition. The fin efficiency, it is defined as what? The ratio of heat transfer from the fin to maximum possible heat transfer rate from the same fin. I will repeat again. It is defined as the ratio of actual heat transfer rate from the fin. Actual heat transfer from the fin to maximum possible heat transfer rate from the same fin. So maximum possible is nothing but the ideal case, that is Q actual divided by Q ideal. So when there will be maximum heat transfer? In the ideal case only. So efficiency, it is nothing but Q actual divided by Q maximum. So Now we will see what is the ideal case. Heat transfer from the fin shall be maximum if the entire length of the fin it is maintained at the same temperature of the base temperature. So maximum heat transfer when it will be possible? When the entire fin surface is maintained at a temperature same as that of the base plate. So for example, this is at 100 degrees. So near about we can say 90 if we keep. If the temperature is same, then only the maximum heat transfer rate will be possible. So this is possible when your K value is infinity. Okay. When the K value is infinity or near about is very high. Okay. Why? Because the resistance it is inversely proportional to 1 by K I have written. So if your K value it is very high, then only the resistance will be 0 and then only you will find the same temperature at the base, right? But all of you are aware that this is not possible. For example, the thermal conductivity of copper it is in the range of here only we know it is in the range of 385. For aluminum it is in the range of 225. For diamond it is the highest. But can we use diamond? No. So that's why if the ideal case is possible only when the K value is very large, then only the resistance offered will be very less and then only the temperature will be same. But in actual practice this is not possible. That's why there is drop in temperature. Okay. So same it is written over here. Practically the above situation it is not possible. Okay. The heat transfer from such an ideal case will be maximum and is expressed by what? Qmax, that is equal to H AF T0 minus T infinity. Right? So this is the heat transfer rate from the fin surface. Okay, basic here. Ideal case Qmax is equal to H AF T0 minus T infinity. Now what is this AF? AF it is nothing but the total area of the fin. That is nothing but the total surface area of the fin. That is, we are writing the surface area in terms of perimeter multiplied by length. So this is the first case, that is the ideal case. Now this is the ideal case. We have seen the equation. Now what is the actual case? So there are two types of fin. First is the infinitely long fin. Second one is nothing but a long fin with insulated at the tip. Okay. So what is the formula for an infinitely long fin? We have seen the heat transfer from an infinitely long fin. It is given by under root HP KAC T0 minus T infinity. So what is the formula for efficiency? Efficiency is nothing but Q actual divided by Q ideal or Q max. So Q actual is this. We will substitute the value over here. And what is the Q max? We have just found out Q max from here. Q max is equal to HPL T0 minus T infinity. So just do the calculation, what you get, efficiency is equal to 1 upon ml for infinitely long fin. Now the second case, if the fin given in the numerical it is insulated at the tip, adequate long fin is given and it is insulated at the tip, again we will apply the formula. What is the heat transfer rate? Actual heat transfer rate under root HPKAC T0 minus T infinity tan H ml. So substitute the value and you will get the formula for efficiency as efficiency is equal to tan H ml divided by ml. So these two formulas you are supposed to keep it in mind when the numericals are given. So for numericals you are just supposed to keep it in mind whether the fin it is given is an infinitely long fin or whether the fin is a insulated at the tip. Accordingly use the formula. So in this way we have studied today the fin effectiveness and the fin efficiency. Now both these are nothing but used to check the performance of the fin. So I hope you have got a clear understanding of the concept. Thank you. Keep watching. Happy learning.